Hello everybody, Jet here. Welcome back to my Beastmen campaign where we are burning our way through the Wood Elf's homeland of Athelloren. So we are in a state, we do need a little bit of time to recoup our losses at the moment. We do just need to do an end turn, then we're all going to go back into an encampment stance for a few turns just to recoup before we continue our campaign of burning through the woods. At which point we are going to look at moving on elsewhere, because that will have taken, even if they do resettle afterwards, it will have really taken the wind out of the Wood Elf's sails, and they were getting quite powerful, marching a few large armies around. I think my biggest leftover threat currently is actually going to be the dwarves, and even they're not huge from what I can see, though they are powerful. I do need to start moving into the Empire and starting killing the Empire factions now, and once they're done it's going to be finishing off the dwarves. At which point we can go for we can potentially, finish up this campaign once we've done that, because that is all you need to do for the win of this campaign. However, we might continue for a bit afterwards. We might go exploring, we might become some brave Beastmen explorers and sail over to Lustria just to have a bit of fun in the jungles over there. But for the time being I've got no real for the moment it's going to be looking at how we're getting up into the Empire to deal with them. So weirdly this is probably not that different shape to campaign than normal, other than my little campaign down around Araby, which obviously wouldn't have been an option in Warhammer 1, where you just had the old kingdoms, the old world. Okay, so he is now lucky. You can see we're being poked quite a bit here. As mentioned, we are all going into encampment stance here, because I've got a couple of units need to get recruited up, and we do need to just do a bit of generic recruitment. What do I need here? So I'm just trying to work out what needs what. You've lost a couple of somethings. You've just lost a couple of gauls. You are still at full strength. And you need an archer. Okay, so these guys are just going to hold here while we regen for a turn or two. So I'm sorry, that's not going to be the most interesting thing to watch, but as you can see, we are a little low, so it is definitely needed. A couple of turns and we should be good to go again, however, and I really don't want to hold here for too long. Well, that's good. That map provide speed buff, because I don't want to hold here for too long, simply because if I hold here for too long, I'm going to start losing all of my bestial rage I've built up again. And some of these guys are a little low, so I can probably hold up for a couple of turns. I've got enough money, I don't need to worry about it. Let's see if I can get a confederation yet. Okay, let's end turn. So the Empire and the Dwarves. The Empire does seem to have pulled everybody in together, which is good for them anyway. Well, it's not necessarily good for them, because they were forced to do it because the vampires were spreading like madness throughout their territory. So actually the Empire has pretty much fallen here, I think, and they've not even had chaos come at them yet. So because the vampires have just managed to expand. I mean, you can see this territory, which is usually fairly dark, but it's not usually quite that dark. So the elves are moving around behind me and resettling, which is a bad idea from them, and I'd be foolish not to take advantage of that now. So even though I've only got one turn of regen yet left. Oh, so the humans can take these places afterwards. That is interesting. I didn't know if they could do that. I am going to have to go and smash Volzandil now, because that army will have taken quite a lot of losses. Nope. will have taken quite a lot of losses resettling there. So if I move in now, they will be in a weakened state. Even though I am, but I can potentially knock them out early on. Okay, so they have declared war against me. That's really not a worry for me at the moment, though I do need to take them out as well at some point. It's hardly surprising that they've declared war on me, let's be honest. Oh, and Estelia has declared war on me. I think I'm at this point where everybody's about to start declaring war on me again. Which does mean I need to be a bit more careful about the Bretonnians if they declare war on me, but they haven't just yet. I kind of want Bretonia to settle behind me in this Wood Elf territory. So you can see he's taken losses to do all of that. So let's up an attack. Let's encircle them there. Now they obviously don't have a garrison either yet. You can start raiding your way here. As can you. I know I'm not getting any income from raiding, but the reason I'm raiding is because it stops me taking attrition. Right, let's have a look. I don't really need the extra leadership, daft as it sounds. And this is now an auto. We did lose one unit, I wasn't really that surprised, I'm not really that bothered. And we're taking the grove. I probably should have actually hit that with my new horde. However, that's fine for the time being. Okay, we're spreading more chaos corruption now. And we've killed some more wood elves. Which is always good. We've got a little bit of levelling up to do with characters. Oh, I'm levelling the other guy up wrong, aren't I? Remind me next time to go down the blue tree first. I'm not paying attention here at all. And we've got this guy, our legendary lord, this guy. Right, you've lost another unit of... So you can have one of my gauls. No, this is the wrong horde. Malagor I want to use. You can have one of his gauls, because he'll be able to re-recruit. Actually, no, we'll all be able to re-recruit next turn. Okay, so, and let's end turn. And now we really can just go and finish off the rest of the Wood Elf's homelands. We're gonna head for the I might go straight for the Oak of Ages now. Burn the Oak of Ages, then hit the King's Glade, and then we'll move. Then we'll work out where we're going from there. This has been good. This was a good decision to go down here and start burning through here. The Oak of Ages is going to get us a lot as well, actually. We've been getting to 30k from each of these. However, I am losing 5k a turn when I'm not raiding with everybody at the moment. So I do want to get that other little horde leveled up as quickly as I can. I might go straight into the things to make it cheaper for that horde, simply because I can recruit from the other hordes if needs be. If I keep him near one of those other hordes, he can just recruit from them to start with, and that will be of massive benefit to me. So let's try and get a confederation off of him again. However, obviously we want to level him up all over. It's just that's going to be the best way of doing it to start with. I'm going to take the buff against the Empire because I'm not planning on going to war with the... Right, what is the garrison here like?
Malagor.
No, we are getting our regen on because I need that regen on. I need that regen at the moment, guys. So I am sorry it's going to be, you know, I am being a little bit boring while letting that happening, but I quite simply need it at the moment. Yes. So we just confederated him, and he is also not leveled up. Yay! And we will pull him in next turn, but that gets us, while he's not leveled up, that gets us a free horde, and a free horde is not to be sniffed at because I'm not having to use growth to get that. So while he's not a huge horde, he's in a nice position to help us expand now. It's given us that fourth horde, and he's in a place where we can actually protect him. So he can come in and he can actually help guard us, so he can run away for the time being. He might not survive long enough to actually be protected by us, but we'll see. This is the end of the Wood Elves. However, they just don't know it yet. It just might take a few turns for us to actually get to finishing them off. Because while I could attack, I would then have to spend another 30, another 5 or 6 turns completely rebuilding after finishing them off, which I can always do. It's not the end of the world if I do that, but I don't necessarily want to be doing that unless I absolutely have to. And then we'll start scourging our way through the territories they've picked up again to regen and pull growth out of them and raiding through them. And once we've got that second horde up, we'll start spreading our hordes around so we're raiding multiple places at once. But I do need to get the upkeep reductions on those hordes as quickly as I can, because you can see how much it's costing to maintain all this at the moment. Okay, so I reckon we're strong enough now. So we are marching on on the Oak of Ages with every single horde I've got. Come on. Okay, so you newbie horde. Is anybody actually able to hit it? Yes. And that is another nice auto, but we have lost a bit. We will sack and defile that. I should have done that with my other horde. And we have just burnt the Oak of Ages, guys. And then we're going to push onto this settlement, and then we will recoup, guys. How is my little horde doing? Could go for that very early on. However, there are other things I want as well. You know, we're going to smash Kingsglade, and then we're going to take our time just to recoup. I will make sure one of my newbie hordes hits Kingsglade actually to get the growth from it. However, you know, once we've done that, because I'm going to take growth rather than money, so what I've got can start leveling up that horde a little bit. And they're actually pulling back from Kingsglade, guys. That's how badly off they are. And then we'll push up, we'll hit Karak-Izor, and we'll start burning through their territories to get myself some growth. Okay, so that's a nice position here. We have completely decimated the Wood Elves now, so they are going to cease to be a major issue, a major thorn in my side, as they were a few turns ago. So the real threats around us now are the vampires, who are probably powerful enough with 4 hordes to be able to just cut through their territory, and might be worth me doing just to knock them down a little bit. And obviously the dwarves, who are still quite powerful, though they are separated from me, even though they've got a few territories. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to arc around through here, maybe give Estelia a poke, certainly this little bit I will, and then clear out all the dwarf territories up here, and the remainder of the Wood Elf territories, then back up into the Empire. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how big a buff the quest item I get is. Malagor. Passive ability. What does the passive ability do? Gives a lot of extra leadership, so it's not bad, but I don't necessarily need that actually. Okay, baby horde, you are going for Kingsglade. Which one can actually reach it? You are going for Kingsglade, and we have a Brayherd with us as well now. You are going to encircle. And these guys are all going to come up and join you. And now we are going to burn this place to the ground. And you are going to take the growth. So that is actually the first thing you always want. Okay, so he's doing nicely. This is my 40th point. Let's up my melee defense a bit, and he is fully leveled now. And end turn. So, Athol-Loren has fallen. And we need to work out where we're moving to next. So it's probably going to be up through here, hit Karak-Izor, Karak-Buftor, and then clear our way around, then burn our way back up into the Empire. Is my plan. Now, whether or not that happens or not is a different matter. The amount of time I've spent running up and around here, you know, doing different things. Because to start with, my plan was to go up here and across, and we ended up down here, went around, kind of came up here. Plan was to go up into the Empire, got turned around. Plan was to then go back down there, then we got pushed back up here. Plan was then to go up into the Empire, and we got pushed over here. So we'll see where we end up, because I seem to be ending up where the winds take me quite a lot. You know, I seem to not have much control over where I'm going and when quite regularly at the moment. But hopefully we can, now we're a bit more powerful and we've got the extra hordes, we can have a lot. We can start having a bit more control over what we're doing. I think Queek is in trouble now, which isn't necessarily the end of the world. You know, I'm not really near him. I just don't particularly want the dwarfs to start taking his territories. Okay, so we are now going into encampment stance because we definitely need a little bit of regen now. Right, so Malagor, you need to recruit a couple of Bestigors and a couple more Gors, standard Gors. Okay. You're actually good, surprisingly, considering you're our baby horde. But you are getting very little regen at the moment. It's probably because we've got everybody together. You can actually lose a load of units. We'll start sorting your armies shortly. What am I missing? A Centaur. Actually, my little baby horde, while I've just got rid of your archers, you can re-recruit some new ones. And next turn what we'll do is right. Yep, that'll do. That'll do again. We can't quite get that next, and we need to be another level higher as well before we can start pushing into that one. Right. I'm actually doing this slightly wrong. So before these guys start recruiting, we can actually move a few units over. No, we'll sort that in a few turns. Okay, and we've got another level up to do. I'm going to start pushing Goros down the red tree. Okay, and let's end turn. Okay, right, so let's see what's going on now. So obviously the lamps, and we are going to be trilling here. I love that. I love that, hearing the tree burning whenever it zooms in. I can just hear the burning of the Oak of Ages in the background, just as my beastmen are obviously warming themselves against it. I'm intrigued as to what's happening to the rest of the Wood Elf territory now, because they are not really designed to operate like this. They have to protect their centre at all costs, because that's where all of their income comes in. So their armies are probably falling apart at the moment, which really will give me quite a nice buff. So Estelia are still wandering around. I think they're going to start poking Queek quite a bit as well. But no, so it's just going to be a few turns of getting ourselves back in shape now, guys, before we start pushing on again. Obviously, these guys are pushing through now. Right, so let's take our baby horde. And you can start saying hello and taking some things from other hordes. So you're just borrowing a few people. Right, now you can go borrow some things from... No, can you not borrow anything else this turn? Why were you not in encampment stance? Let's push that one straight up. And we've got a little bit more recruitment to do now. That put us back to where we were, yes. And in fact, I can't recruit them there. I was going to get a Centaur, sorry, Cygor, but I can't get that from there. And you have leveled up so we can get the other spell. And end turn again. Sorry guys, we are going to have a few turns of ending turns regularly, so while I recoup. And as you can see, our income is we're burning through that money quite quickly, though we are building buildings as well, because we are spending 4k a turn on straight upkeep while we're just sitting here, which is why I wanted to pull so much money together there. Let's see how this goes. So obviously we've got various things going on. Let's see how Queek is doing. I think Queek's going to be really getting pushed around now. But once we're here, you know, I think our next plan really has to be to go finish off the empires of man and the dwarfs, because we are now powerful enough to start doing it. But if I hang around for too long now, from now on, I need to try and be on the move and pushing. I can reduce up my income by the same means I have done it on the other hordes, and I will be doing that as we go along. But I need to really start being aggressive. I can split myself up into two sort of sub hordes, but I don't want to ever be too, you know, too far apart. So two groups of 2 herds each. But I never want to be too far apart while I'm doing that.
Grave news, my lord. Word is spreading across the
land of
a dark
Chaos is invading.
In the northern wastes. The armies of chaos.
Why am I upset by the armies of chaos invading?
Invade the world of mortals once again.
I'm surely friendly with chaos, so
prepare your defenses well, for the forces of chaos spare no one in their quest for bloodshed.
Ooh, that's good. But it's a lot of negative horde growth. Extra horde growth to replenish that one. So obviously they've invaded, but chaos aren't. I'm confused by this, because aren't I friendly with chaos? Not that I can see them at the moment. Okay, so we're getting there. So those are quite expensive buildings I've been building. You can go to Gorus. What do we want to borrow from Gorus? A couple more Gauls. Another archer. And that'll do for now. So Gorus needs to get his Gauls back. And another archer. You're in a reasonable state, you're going to be full next turn. You aren't in a position to be recruiting. You're good. You'll be done in a few turns. Okay guys, we are actually going to end this one here. We'll fix this up next turn and the next session, and then we will start moving on again. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching me burn down the Oak of Ages, and next time back on to finishing off the rest of the world. Thank you very much, guys.